You know, I have two Morgana plushies. I wonder if they're going to start fighting each other now. Same with my two Toon Link plushies. Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is on Gemini Man. Now, Gemini Man is an action thriller starring Will Smith as Henry Brogan, who is an elite assassin who is suddenly targeted and pursued by a mysterious young operative that looks exactly like him, who is seemingly can predict his every move. That is basically because he is a younger version of Henry Brogan. Now, going into this movie, I didn't really have that much interest in it because it seemed like it would be just another generic action movie, but Ang Lee is behind the camera, and he's made some really terrific and visually stunning films from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Brokeback Mountain, and Life of Pi. Oh, and that Hulk movie that, let's not talk about that. So with him taking the lead and the fact that Will Smith has been in a bunch of movies, some of them good, some of them bad, but I wasn't really planning on seeing this movie, but I just figured I didn't really have anything else planned, so why not? And I review movies for you guys. Unfortunately, I did not like this movie. This movie, I wouldn't say was disappointing because I wasn't really have much interest in it, but I was hoping it would at least surprise me on what it could do. But unfortunately, there are moments in this movie that just drag on way too long. The first 30 minutes of the movie were absolutely slow, and when it starts to pick back up, it starts to drag on down. Another issue I really have with the movie is its writing. Some of the writing is repetitive, some of it is just not interesting at all. Performance wise, Will Smith is doing his best. Everybody else is on the weaker side. But you see, none of the characters interested me at all. What I was really impressed by was the way young Will Smith looked. He, kind of like in Captain Marvel with Samuel Jackson, that looked really good for his younger self. And his younger self in this, it looks making him look like, a bit like 30 years younger. That really impressed me. From a visual perspective, it looks pretty good. But that is not really saying much. As there was only one action sequence that I found to be the most entertaining, and unfortunately, it's seen in the trailer. As for the other action sequences, they really weren't well directed and they really weren't well handled. And honestly, for its plot, it's actually quite confusing, especially towards the end, where I just feel like the last act of the movie kind of felt a bit rushed in my opinion. This is a movie that really could have tried a lot harder, especially with Ang Lee behind the camera, who has won two Oscars in his life. And unfortunately, with this film, I did see this in IMAX, and for an IMAX experience, it's good enough. But as an overall film, it's pretty confusing. Characters weren't interesting. The story could have been a lot more interesting if it just wasn't so damn confusing for me, because there were just moments, especially towards the end, that just had me go like, what's going on now? Like, what just happened? And if I say any more, I'm just going to be spoiling for you guys. But you don't really have to listen to me what I say. There are gonna there are gonna be people out there that'll seem to enjoy this movie. And there was a guy that was two seats down from me who seemed like he was enjoying the movie. So and I think there was a guy in the back of me who was applying. So don't take this from me. I'm just giving you guys my honest thoughts on the movie because I really wasn't interested in checking this one out, but now that I did, I can kind of see why I wasn't really interested. All in all, this movie to me was a mess, okay? It has one interesting action sequence, but the movie just dragged on so long. None of the characters were interesting. The dialogue felt repetitive. It was just a movie that could have been a hell of a lot better. but unfortunately wasn't. And for a movie starring Will Smith, I can't believe I actually liked him as this more than this. That's really saying something there. I'm gonna give Gemini Man 1.5 out of 5. I was thinking maybe a 2, but it's just one of those things where it might just get worse the more that I think about it. So, just in case, it's a 1 out of 5 for me. What a shame, because there have been some movies that came out this year I really thought were going to be that good, but ended up surprising me. I was hoping this would be one of them, but unfortunately it wasn't. Uh, but I'm gonna be busy all week this week. Although I'm really looking forward for Zombieland Double Tap, and I'm probably gonna be seeing Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, even though I don't know, but definitely yes for Zombieland Double Tap. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.